What's happening, y'all? Just like every Sunday swing trade setup. Listen, if you made money with me from any Sunday swing trade setup, get in the chat, man. Holla at your boy. Give me thumbs up, whatever. Show me a little love, man. Happy holidays to everybody out there too, by the way. Um, Hope y'all enjoying y'all Sunday. I'm gonna kick it off like I always do. We're gonna look at the fear and greed index. Um, and just like I always tell y'all, man, when the market is fearful, that's when you get greedy. We are fearful. Last week the market took a big drop. You know what I'm saying? It took a big drop. So when the market is fearful, that's where you load up. You want to load up on your shares, on your long-term investments, pick up some more Apple, pick up some more S&P, pick up some more Nvidia, Amazon. But when it comes to swing trading, you want to take a look in the northern direction. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so that was the fear and greed index. I'm gonna show y'all the VIX real quick because I haven't. I might have talked about the VIX once or twice in Swing Trade Sunday, but the VIX. I want to give y'all a little game on the VIX real quick. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, hold on, let me go ahead and pull this up for y'all. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, the VIX is the volatility index, right? And the VIX is inverse to the stock market. So if the VIX is going down, the stock market is going up. If the stock market is going down, the VIX is going up. This is on a daily time frame. Each candle represents one day, but I want y'all to look, right? Whenever the VIX has these large spikes, this is what gave me so much confidence on my swing trade for last week that I ended up making money on. When you see a VIX hit a large spike like this over in this, hold on. Yeah, so when you see that VIX hit that large spike like that over here with this green candle, usually when it hits a spike that hard, that means the market is should be going down, right? That's a big drop. I mean, no, on that day, the stock market went down a lot because the VIX is inverse. So the stock market went down a lot on that day, but usually after a large spike, the VIX starts to go down, which means the stock market starts to go up. So let's go back to the VIX. Let's look at some times where the VIX has peaked. And I mean, the VIX will spike every once in a while, but it ain't really do nothing too crazy like it has done twice this year. But as you can see right here, we got a big VIX spike, which means the stock market went down like crazy on that day. And then we started to go in an upward direction because the stock market moves the opposite of the VIX, right? So every time we get these big VIX spikes, the VIX starts to go down after. You know what I'm saying? Big VIX spike, stock market go down. Big VIX spike, stock market, or VIX starts to go down, stock market starts to go up. So little bit of education before I get into my plays, but we gotta look at the overall market first to know what we doing. So we had a big VIX spike, and then for the next 2 days, the VIX started to go down. Looks like, according to the VIX, the stock market might be trending in an upward direction, right? But we don't want to look at that only. Let's look at the VTI and see what the VTI is talking about. And make sure y'all following me. All right, so the VTI, what we currently looking at right now is the VTI, the total stock market index. So we're at the lower end of the Bollinger Band, which is a bullish signal. If you ever hear me say bullish, that means I'm talking about, going in the upward direction. Bullish signal. We're hitting we're trending upwards. We're trending upwards. We're towards the lower end of the Bollinger Band. It hasn't really broken any major structure, any major support. So from the looks of it, it looks like the stock market should be trending in the upward direction next week. Perfect for swing trading. I don't know if any of y'all swing trade put options. I don't. I only swing trade in the upward direction. So I'm gonna go into a couple plays I got for this week. And then I'm gonna go into my last two favorites. So the last two is gonna be my favorite. The last one will be the best setup. And to be real, I don't even really know. I don't really know if the last one is actually gonna be, um, the best outcome, but it's gonna be the best setup, right? So let's go to the first one that I was liking a little bit. All right, yeah, this one looked real good. All right, so Coinbase. Um, Coinbase is a stock that it moves with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin is going up, it goes up. But I like Coinbase because we right here on this. I don't know. I want to say that's the 100 day. It looked like it's tapping the 100 day moving average as a level of support, right? But if you pull up the trend lines, we got higher lows on the stock and we got lower lows on the indicator, right? And if y'all watch Sunday Swing Trade Setup, y'all know that I really love a divergence is a really powerful. Now, the divergence doesn't work every single time, but the divergence is when you want the stock to make, and it could be vice versa, but you want the stock to make higher lows and the indicators to make lower lows for a bullish divergence. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up just so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Let me get some images. All right, perfect. This looks great. So let me pull up the divergence for y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about. All right. So this is a divergence. You got price making higher lows or lower lows, indicator making higher lows or lower lows. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of fake out in a way, but a divergence is a very powerful signal. It doesn't work every single time you look at it. You do want the divergence to match up with some other stuff. So we see the divergence on Coinbase. Let's look to see if we got other stuff to line up with the divergence. All right, so we're at the lower end of the Bollinger Band. If you don't know what the Bollinger Band is, the Bollinger Band is the band with this red line right here. Let me do one more. And this green line right here. So the stock moves within the Bollinger Band. If it goes too high from the Bollinger Band, you can see it bounces down. If it goes to the lower end of the Bollinger Band, as you can see, it goes up. So we're also at the lower end of the Bollinger Band. Now the Bollinger Band is something that it kind of moves throughout the day. It's not final. You can't really go off of the last day's price action to be like, oh, the Bollinger Band is not going to go any lower or anything like that. But it gives you a good idea, a good inclination on if it is reaching oversold levels, right? So let me look at some other time frames just to see. We got the divergence on the 4 hour time frame. It also looks like the stock is changing direction. And on the 1 hour time frame, the indicators are already confirming the move. So I like that too. As you can see, you got the MACD. You got the MACD crossing over into green. And if you don't know what the MACD is, let me make sure y'all can see me. So when I'm saying MACD, if you don't know what the MACD is, it's this indicator right here that I make it smaller and larger. One of the easiest indicators, it turns from red to green. And that kind of lets you know, okay, red means the stock was going down, green means we're changing direction and stock is going up, basically. And that's really the indicator in a nutshell. So Coinbase, I'm really liking it. Let me take a look at, so Coinbase looks like a good swing trade. Good swing trade setup. This one, I liked Mara, ticker symbol MARA. Now I like Mara strictly because of the setup. I don't know what their financials look like. Maybe we could look at them together. But Mara, as you can see with this one on the hourly, well, let's go to the daily time frame because that's the most important. Okay, I see why I like Mara. So Mara would be a good swing trade if you don't have too much money invested. It's a inexpensive stock, but we got higher lows on Mara and lower lows on the indicator. Oops. Lower lows on the indicator. Lower lows on the indicator. Lower lows on the indicator. So Mara is doing a divergence. It also looks like it's oversold, at least according to the Bollinger Band. I also like Mara because it's down to the towards the bottom of the Bollinger Band. So let's look at the 4-hour. Let's see what that looks like. So on the 4-hour, let's look at the RSI. It look like we might be actually like super oversold. Yep. So if you look at the RSI, we're oversold. We're right here down at the what's that? 35 when oversold is like 30, or ideally the lowest it could go lower than 30, but 30 is oversold and we're at like 35. So Mara is oversold on a 4-hour time frame. We also got this doji candle, which was the last one. So let me pull that up for y'all so y'all can see what I mean by a doji candle and when do you actually trade a doji candle, because all candlesticks have meanings, but some of them, their meanings aren't really, you know what I'm saying? They aren't really they don't really mean nothing unless they're in a certain setting, you know what I'm saying? So let's go to the doji candle so we can look at definition. All right, so the doji is a candlestick pattern that indicates indecision or a reversal, right? So hold on. Or reversal. So let me pull up a image version of that so y'all can see exactly what I mean by the doji. Nah, doji candlestick. So that's a doji. You got so many different types of dojis, but doji is basically like indecision. Like, oh, my bad. Let me pull the picture up for y'all. So this is the doji candlestick, right? And the doji, if it's at the bottom, like, oh, you can see it over here. If it's at the bottom of a downtrend, it signals reversal. If it's at a top of an uptrend, it signals a reversal. So it's kind of like, okay, we had momentum. Now we're uncertain. Just letting y'all know we about to change directions. So by itself, the doji candle isn't really, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really mean anything unless it's at the bottom of a trend. Right? So I like Mara for the divergence, the doji candle, and the fact that it's oversold. Let me pull up Yahoo Finance to see what Mara Financials is looking like. I know Coinbase is straight because I know Coinbase is straight, and I also know that they're gonna follow Bitcoin. They're gonna follow Bitcoin price. So, but let's look at Mara for real. I got two more after this one. The next one I'm gonna do is really gonna be like the one that you could probably profit from the most, and then the last one will be the best setup. And make sure y'all can see this balance sheet. My bad. I thought y'all was following me on the Yahoo Finance. All right, so we look at income statement because you don't want to just look at charts. You want to look at their money. And Mara's looking great. Their cost of revenue, not really. They're not looking like the best company. Their total revenue has increased a lot, but their cost of revenue has increased significantly as well. So their gross profit is negative. So that kind of changed my mind about Mara, to be real. The setup, I'm gonna stick with Coinbase, but Mara, I don't really like it. The setup is perfect. Now you can still do this play and it works, but you want the financials to match up with the chart, right? So without further ado, I'm gonna go into the play that I think will probably profit the most, and I'm gonna go into the best setup hands down, right? So I like two more. Let's go into the king of AI, which is NVIDIA. So let me pull up NVIDIA, man, so y'all can see why NVIDIA for the Sunday swing trade Sunday setup. All right, so I got a lot of reasons. NVIDIA also has a divergence, and it looks like NVIDIA also has a divergence. We got, hold on, let me make sure y'all can see what I'm looking at. All right. So NVIDIA also has a divergence. We also have this MACD indicator. I use two MACDs. I use the normal smooth MACD and I use the regular traditional MACD. The reason why I use the normal smooth MACD, which is this one, NSM indicator, is because it looks like it gives you signals before the actual MACD does, right? But that's turning green. NVIDIA is also doing a bullish engulfing on a third touch of support, right? So I'm gonna pull up bullish engulfing and three touches of support so y'all can see why I like that. So why is the third touch of support significant in trading? All right, let me make sure y'all can see this. So NVIDIA, we got the third touch of support. Why is the third touch of support significant in trading? So the third touch of support is a strategy that uses support line to define the entry point for a stock trade. When the price is supported for the third time, traders purchase the stock. This strategy is simple and involves buying when prices touches support line and selling when they break it, right? So let's go back to NVIDIA to look at that third touch of support, right? We got wicks touching. That's one touch, two touch, three touch, four touch. So we're really at like the fourth touch of support. Let me pull that up for y'all. So remember, before you make a swing trade, you want to make sure the chart looks good. You want to make sure the financials look good. And you want to make sure that it looks good on multiple time frames, but most importantly, the daily time frame, right? So if we go back, we got a touch of support right here, a touch of support, another one, and another one. Now, this black line right here, that's not something that's in the chart. That's something that I drew myself. You can remove that and, do that on your own. So trend lines, whether vertical or horizontal, you do that on your own. The chart doesn't do that for yourself. So you got to be able to identify the third touch of support on your own. So now let me pull up the bullish engulfing so y'all can see that. The bullish engulfing pattern, which is another strong signal, right? All right. So the bullish engulfing, it is literally a green candle engulfing a red candle, and it usually, just like it's another reversal candle. It works great after a reversal. It's kind of like the stock been taking a beat and going down, and then buyers was kind of like, okay, this is a perfect time to buy this up and push the price upwards. So a bullish engulfing is basically a larger green candle next to a red candle, and the whole body of the candle is larger than the red candle. It's even better if it's larger than multiple candles. Remember, read stock charts from left to right. So if it's a bullish engulfing, then you want to read it from right to left because it's engulfing the prior day, right? So let's back to NVIDIA so y'all could see what I'm talking about. So all the way over here on the last day, this was Friday, we got a bullish engulfing candle. It looked like NVIDIA was kind of diverging too. So this trade would have really been good if you did it on Friday. But because I don't really consider it a divergence anymore because the indicators are now moving upwards. So a good entry for this one with NVIDIA. The stochastic lines already crossed, but a good entry would be you could wait for NVIDIA to retest the 20 MA, which is this orange line in the middle, for it to, go down and retest it. You could wait for it to retest that moving average. And then if it bounces up, get in. Or you could wait for this line over here to cross this line. Let me put a little emoji or something so y'all can see what I'm talking about. And I'm talking about the RSI. But on the RSI, if you want to get into wait for a confirmation in the trade, you will wait for this right here. This line that look like it's about to cross up that line in the middle. Oh, damn. Y'all ain't even looking at what I'm looking at. All right. So what I was trying to show y'all is on the RSI where I got that finger, the little hand down here on this indicator that I'm making larger and smaller at the bottom of the chart. This line that's touching the line in the middle. Once that crosses above it, you can enter the trade, or if it crosses above it and comes back down to touch it and bounces up, you can enter the trade. With NVIDIA, I probably wouldn't wait for it to come back down and touch it. It's probably going to go straight through that. But let's take a look at the 4-hour. Okay, so the 4-hour, I'm loving the 4-hour. So the 4-hour looks real good, y'all, and I'm gonna explain to you why. So on the 4-hour time frame, we got these wicks bouncing off the 200-day moving average, right? Right there, we got that green candle bouncing off the 200-day moving average, and right there. So it's showing that that's a strong level of support, right? And the 200-day moving average is this purple line right here, right? So Both of these candles bounce off of that 200-day moving average. We're also above the 9-day moving average, and we have been below the 9-day moving average for like 2 weeks. So we're now above the 9-day moving average, but we're also forming a double bottom, right? So let me go and show y'all what a double bottom is so y'all could look. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna make sure y'all get this swing trade thing down packed. Y'all done with me, boy. Y'all gonna have a lot of money. All right, so let's pull up the double bottom. And remember, the chart patterns ain't always gonna look perfect, but you want it to look as close as possible. You really don't want to be like guessing, right? But this is a double bottom pattern. And a double bottom is literally, you know what I'm saying, a price going down, it reverses, hits a point, comes down. Now, you always want to wait for confirmation. And as you can see on these lines, the confirmation is when the stock breaks that neckline, right? And sometimes it'll break that neckline and then retest it. It'll break the neckline and then come back down. But go back, let me move these faces. If we go back to NVIDIA on the 4-hour, I would say the neckline, if you wanted to enter NVIDIA on a swing trade, 136, because the neckline is 136.15. So about 136 is where you would probably purchase it. We're already above the moving average. And if we break that line right there, that would be a perfect double bottom, right? You see the 1-hour. The 1-hour look like it might be doing a bull flag. I like NVIDIA. NVIDIA will probably be, out of all of them, probably be the most profitable one. You know what I'm saying? Where you will probably make the most money. But without further ado, I'm gonna give y'all the most solid play that I found for next week. And that is a stock that has been taking a beating, like bad. And to be honest, I really don't like their balance sheet all like that. But this play looks too solid to not do. And I'm talking about Starbucks, y'all. Starbucks has taken a beating. I'm talking about Starbucks at its high was 103, and now Starbucks is currently at $87. But I like Starbucks because of the divergence. The stock made higher lows, indicators making lower lows, right? And all the other indicators making lower lows too. But on top of that, hold on, my bad. On top of that, the RSI is as oversold gets. I'm talking about, look at it. It's all the way, like, let's see what number they got on this RSI. Like, it's down here at 23. When oversold is what, 40? 30. Oversold is 30, it's at 23. You know what I'm saying? So we got the divergence, the stochastic is oversold, RSI oversold, and the MACD look like it's about to cross. But on top of that, if y'all remember the doji candle that I was talking about earlier, we got a doji candle at the bottom of a downtrend bouncing off of that 200-day moving average. So let me move this line right here so y'all can see that it is actually bouncing off of the 200-day moving average. So when I say bouncing off, the 200-day moving average is this purple line, right? And moving averages, especially the 200, are considered support or resistance, right? So if this candle is bouncing off of the 200, right? You see this wick down here at the bottom, it means that the price during this day, because this is a daily time frame, The price during this day had went down, and the 200-day moving average pushed it back up for it to close. So stock went up during the day, and then it also went down during the day, but it met right in the same area for where it opened, right? So Starbucks on Friday started at, let's see, Starbucks on Friday started at 887.85 and went up to 87.98. Couple cents in a day. That's showing indecision between buyers and sellers, right? But before that, it was a strong downtrend. But now you got a doji candle bouncing off of the 200-day moving average, which your indicators oversold. Your MACD is about to cross over into green, and we also have a divergence with the stock making higher lows and the indicator making lower lows. All right, let's look at the 4-hour time frame. Ooh, 4-hour time frame, sexy too. So it's something about this level that's keeping the stock up, right? Because we got a hammer candle and a doji candle coming to the same level on the 4-hour time frame. Now let's go back. Let's see, like, in history, if it really, like, really respects this level. Okay, it's respecting it all through here as support and resistance. All the way back here as support and resistance. All right, let me go to the 1-hour time frame before I get up out of here, man. I got some, just went and got some honey Jack Daniels and some eggnog. About to, you know what I'm saying? About to eat a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the holidays, enjoy family. But you know what I'm saying? I gotta get on here since it's family time. I gotta get on here and talk with my money making family. And Starbucks looks great, man. Starbucks looks great. Since I'm trying to get up out of here, I did look at Starbucks balance sheet prior to this, and it wasn't looking the best. It wasn't looking the best, but Starbucks is a company that, you know what I'm saying, I feel like they're not all that profitable, so on and so forth, but I do feel like they could turn it around, you know what I'm saying, whether with the right CEO or adding, you know what I'm saying, adding a couple different things to the business. But y'all see my swing trade plays, man. I got AMD as the one that I feel like, or Nvidia, my bad. Nvidia, I feel like is the one that'll probably be the most profitable. But Starbucks was the best setup that I seen for this week, man. So y'all make y'all money. Get back here with me next Sunday, man. I'll see y'all.